So, you're out wherever your bashing scene is, wherever you like to bash your RC vehicles like X-Max, uh, SCX-10, you're running through some trails and, oh shit, your battery goes dead. What do I do? Well, a lot of people, I don't know how many people know about this, but your charger comes with this. I will show you. You may not believe me, but you can charge your battery with a car battery or with a cigarette. You'll have to just take a cigarette, uh, usually a cigarette lighter, but it's a 12 volt power source that comes out of your car, and then you can strip the two wires and make sure you put this on the positive and this on the negative so you don't fry your charger, because definitely don't want that. But this time I'm using my Team Tenergy. I love this because it comes with everything right there. It's got a squid of a charging line, so every one of my charging wires is right there. I got an adapter from a Dean's to an XT60 for these batteries that have. I prefer either a Dean's or an XT60 or an XT90. But basically with this, what you're going to do is get your battery, find positive, red is positive, positive's hot. Put your alligator plug on, voila. Cover it up with the rubber. Haha, that's what she said. And then same thing with the black one, negative. And now we're going to take the charger and plug it in, and you'll see that if it comes with a power supply, you have this little outlet right here, and it says on it right there 11 to 18 volt DC input. These have a little safety. Once a battery like this gets down to about a less than 11 volts, it will stop charging so you won't damage your battery. The battery, I'm going to go through everything I'm using real quick. This is an absorbed glass matte marine battery. My buddy that uses 3 of these for a 15,000 watt sound system. Let me have this one. Amazing battery, heavy as hell. Probably weighs between 75 and 100 pounds. I mean, it's a freaking bit. It's heavy as hell. But they have to be for the power capabilities. Over 1,000 cold cranking amps. Over 14 volts. So what you're gonna do? Oh yeah. Team Tenergy TB6B. 5 amp 50 watt charger, and an Admiral. Usually I run 5,000 milliamp batteries for trails or stuff like that, trail trekking. But if I'm going to go rock crawling, I'm going to switch out to a 2200 or 2600 to lower my CG, center of gravity. So there will be less chance of my rig tipping over. My rig being let's see if you can get it, my SCX-10 right back there. You can see it's jacked up. I mean, yeah, there's the X-Max. HPI RS4 Sport 3. The X-Max has Venom 7500s dual 3S running, so it's running 6S, 3S in series. The HPI RS4 Sport 3 is running a 5000 bias, but the bias is basically Venoms. They are the same battery. They're made by the same company, Atomic RC. And then you have my the truck started out $360. I put $1,250 into it. So it is a hell of a trail truck. Mamba Max Pro ESC, Tekin Rock 412, 1200 kV, censored motor. Everything has been done to this except metal axles, metal skid plate, and an upgraded servo. And yes, there's my cat in the damn way. Move, cat! But let's get to the pièce de résistance. So, your battery goes dead. What are you going to do? This is how you do it. Positive, positive, negative, negative. I'm working on one hand here, people, so. Oh my God, it came on. Let's charge. So we are dealing with a LiPo. Definitely not 500. We're going to do a, my flash shut off. I apologize. I don't know why. I have plenty of charge. But we want to do a balanced charge. It's definitely not 5,000. It's 2,600. Oh, you butthead. Balanced charge. I like to be safe about charging my batteries. Some of them you can, let's just say you have a max amps 5,000 milliamp that can be charged at 2C. That means it can be charged at double its capacity. So it can be charged at 10 amps rather than 5 amps. A 5,000 milliamp hour battery has 5 amps. A 2,600 milliamp hour battery has 2.6 amps. That's how you go about this. For every 1,000 milliamps, a milliamp is 1,000th of an amp. Just for those who don't know, 80 milliamps can kill you. It's not volts that kill you, it's amperage. It's the current. Voltage is basically the pressure, but amperage is the actual flow of electrons, how many electrons are coming out at a time, at any given time. So we're setting it to 2.6, 3S. So now we plug the battery in. XT60, you can't get it backwards. I love this. I love these. When I got my very first RC vehicle, which was a Phantom FC40, it came with these, and they have never failed me ever. So the XT60 and the XT90 are my favorite. But I also love Dean's. But I always like to go with the larger, just so you always have enough contact room for, hell, with the X-Max, it's capable of 300 amp bursts. Well, my batteries are capable of, I believe, 375 amp bursts. So you need something that can carry all that juice. And then, okay, now it's plugged in. Your main cable is plugged in, and then you gotta plug into your balance board, because we are doing a balance charge. That's the way you want to charge LiPos. You definitely want to keep it safe. Having to get everything on top of the battery here because I don't have a lot of wires. So everything's there, everything's plugged in. I don't have enough room for my LiPo bag And if you're out in the field, you really don't need to worry about a LiPo bag. Okay, so you're gonna start charging. Battery check. Start. It's charging. This one's already full, as you can see. Shows each individual cell, how many amps are being put in, how many milliamps are being put in. Voltage. No, that's the current voltage. If you go through, you can actually see everything. End voltage, 12.6 for 3S. Capacity cutoff, I've got this set for out 8,000. Safety timer, after 2 hours it goes off. I don't have the USB sensor for this one yet. I do for my B6AC. External temp, that is for the USB temp cutoff. The external temp, so you got to get that. And power voltage. That is actually letting you know how many volts are going into the charger. No, excuse me. How many volts are going into the battery, not the charger. Excuse me. I got sort of screwed up there. But now you are able to charge your batteries out in the field. And especially if you get a very good, if you have the ability to get a very good battery, all you need to do now is get a good battery tender. $20 at Walmart, and you will be able to take this battery with you whenever you go bashing. If you're going somewhere and you don't have an outside source, and seeing that this battery right here has so many amps available, I can run both of my chargers off this. So I will be able to charge both my batteries at 5 amps. My B6AC is actually has the ability to go up to 6 amps. This one only has the ability to go up to 5 amps. But still, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to show you can use a car battery to charge your LiPo. Even your nickel metal hydride. Any battery that your charger is available to do, you can use a car battery for, or your alternator come from your car battery. All you gotta do is know where to stick the leads. I wouldn't recommend connecting it directly to the alternator. Either do it to the cigarette outlet, cigarette lighter outlet, or to the battery posts, because coming directly out of the alternator, the alternator is constantly, I'm an automotive technician, so I know this. The alternator is constantly changing its output voltage based on how much the vehicle is needing. Say the battery is completely charged, and all it's having to do is run all the electrical in the vehicle. So the output is going to reduce. But if you're having to charge the battery and run all the electrics, you could be upwards of 14 volts. So it can fluctuate from 11.5 to 14.5 volts. But if you connect directly to the battery post or the cigarette lighter outlet, it's going to be a constant source because it's going through the battery, and the battery sort of acts like a capacitor. Basically what a capacitor does, if you were to put it in a high voltage or high current situation, it will get rid of the spikes and it's done. It'll get rid of the spikes and the valleys. If you were to look at this on a graph, you would have spikes and valleys from an alternator. But with the battery in the way, it will keep it at a constant current, a constant voltage. So that is the good thing of doing it this way. Well, now you can see. You can charge your battery. It only took 4 minutes and 22 seconds. It put in 45 milliamps. This battery was already charged. I was just doing this to show. There's no extra wires. I'll even show you. I mean, yes, this is from my PS4, but there's nothing else going to the charger. As you can see, I mean, it's just the wires. But that's it for this video. Got any questions? Feel free to ask. Peace.